just want to ride my skateboard. Yeah, no, Chris and fucking... You're like 2 hours. If you're not gonna pay attention... We literally just had a conversation with a new viewer about not being my fucking wiki, alright? I quite literally have no backseating, no spoilers written in my title and in my tags. I get it. You've either read the wiki or watched someone better than you play the game for a while on Twitch. That's neat. You're not my embedded fucking journalist in a war zone. I don't need you to repeat back or report back to me. Thermal Knight. Chat wants to know if you can make a Taffy Addict emote. I can quit whenever I want. I choose to keep playing. Taffy strung out. I don't know what you're talking about. All I need is a couple more green coffee fuelers. And then I'll be all set. I can go all night. I can play all night. You guys want to start? Let's start the subathon right now. Let's start the subathon. Yeah, I'm in. Yeah. Oh, don't do that. Come on, over here. There we go. Oh. Could I be your embedded reporter? I've picked three regulars. Oppenheimer, Rusty, and Jinsumi. To be the people who have permission to feed me information that they think's pertinent. Without being backseaty, spoilery D-bags. I feel like that's quite enough. We're gonna leave when that's done exploding. If you're like the Slacy though, oh my god. If you're speculating and you've never played the game before, fuck yeah, do. Do. If you have no idea what's going on in this game, just like I have no idea what's going on in this game, I'm super excited to learn the game together. A lot going on right now. It's just the people who have finally found a fucking sense of purpose because I'm playing a game they know better than I do. Oh man, I've been watching this shithead play Isaac for 5 years and he's always known better than me, but that changes today. Now this old fucker is playing Noita. And I've read this wiki back and forth. Today's the day I crawl up his ass and lay eggs and don't pay attention when he bitches people out for the exact same thing I just did. Literal seconds before. I am your shithead. No, don't get it twisted. Especially for the ridiculous sum of money I've seen today for what my quote-unquote job is. I am fully aware of the fact that, for better or worse, you own me, chat. I want to run where I just have an absurd amount of health. Oh my. Don't come over here. It's the most elusive enemy I've ever faced. Pull. Out of all the chats that could own you, this isn't nearly the worst one. You're not wrong. The Slacy says Taffy is a better investment than the stock market. We had that conversation earlier that, like, obviously now's not a good time to be like, oh man, investing in the stock market feels like it was a bad idea. It'll recover just fine. But it is weird that for the first time in my life I have, the kind of money where you can invest in the stock market. And in my first 2 years of investing in the stock market, on some of the safest, whatever, I don't know what they call them, the bundles, the little portfolio packages that they go like, what are you looking to accomplish? And I'm like, I'd like to retire when I'm 65. And they're like, okay, cool, this one's made for people who are your age who want to retire when they're 65. Oh, what am I doing? So I pulled together one of those, or I signed up for one of those with a whole bunch of money. And in 2 years, I've made negative $1,100. I am oh my God, basically Jordan Belfort. But that's only 5 years away. Shit, it feels like it was a decade ago. I felt young before 2020 happened. I had basically made enough money that I could finally hire somebody to make responsible fiscal decisions for me, because everything I did was such a crazy pipe dream home run swing. And I was like, you know what? I'm done with the crazy home run swings. I want to make some responsible, grown-up decisions with reasonable return on investment over a long period of time. And the first time that I engage in the responsible adult fiscal behavior is when I lose, you know, like 8% of it in 2 years. Yeah, my financial planner is a fiduciary. I don't have some stock bro just tossing shit around and hoping for the best. I've invested 80,000. Yeah, give or take. Not to get too into it about my finances, but I've got, I don't know, 6 figures in savings, and well, if you count my stock for the company that bought my company, then I've actually got closer to like $400,000 invested in the stock market. Yeesh. 2020 and 2021 were very good years. The first advice I'm making, you shouldn't have hired me. This is why I'm the top-rated financial... I can't even say that with a straight face. Galen saved us a bunch of money just by getting in and sort of like reorganizing things for us. Same thing with our accountant. Our accountant, Ernest, realized that our taxes were being done incorrectly by the guy that Noah had recommended once upon a time. That over the years, the incorrect filing of my taxes had cost me about 20 grand. And Ernest was kind enough, I mean, we were paying it, but Ernest was kind enough to go back and talk to the IRS and refile all those taxes and get us like After we paid him about 12,000 of that back. After we paid him and, like, paid the penalties. Infomercial prayer shawls and gold coins. Prayer shawls and gold coins, Taffy. This is the only way. Robear! What's going on, brother? How the fuck are you? I missed your face, man. I got spoiled to just you and me running into each other at cons every couple of months for about a half a year. Hey, speak of the devil. Speaking of people I can stand to physically see more often. Lucid Fox with a rating party of 141.
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
Solid investments, dudes. This downtime between cons is brutal.
Denizen of the cave.
3 months, my dude. Like three months until you are relocated into the Commonwealth. Is that what I'm picking up there? Fuck yeah, man. That's exciting. Listen, I will do for you the way I've been doing for, like, Queeb, and for that time that Frost Prime was here, and for Justin is, I'll throw stuff on the flat top. I've got some really kind of schwanky rattan, patio conversation set with the big mammoth. Let me see if I can find it. Since we're not changing games today, I'm not in any real rush to get out of Noita. We're just sticking with Noita. I'll get back to Knights of the Old Republic on Monday. This is actually in the mail to me right now. Hold on. Thank you for the raid, dude. What were you up to today? I don't want to showcase too much here, so I'll just do this. Pokemon? Anybody who wants to, like, research this can probably internet sleuth it, and that's fine. But, like, I don't care that much. So I got some patio furniture on the way. Little patio furniture. Got myself a, this is actually a storage ottoman, so we're just gonna move that and use it as storage off to the side. I got myself a nice, was it a Brio fire pit? Sitting next to my Traeger and my Blackstone. Patio furniture. I almost got it out. Patio furniture. My favorite Irishman next to Lucid. I don't have to do like 23andMe. I don't have to do like Ancestry.com. I just look at this beard, and like, granted, it's all getting to be gray now, but when it wasn't all gray, man, I could kind of see different ethnicities dotted all throughout my beard. I was like, oh, this feels Italian. Oh, that feels and looks Greek. I get over here and I'm like, that's clearly Irish. And I was like, that feels kind of North African. Holy shit. All the way through. And then it was funny because I did do like a you know, one of those DNA tests, because I was just like, I need Big Brother to have my DNA on file just in case I ever need to be framed for some sort of large federal crime. I need to make sure that they have my DNA stored somewhere. I don't want to be inconsiderate. So I sent them spit on a swab, and they sent back and pretty much affirmed everything that I thought, just based on what my beard said. Just in case they ever need to clone me for parts or for a frame job. Okay, we're done burning. Shauna! Fuck you, Taffy. Walking in here, like, slamming the button on Jeopardy. Thanks for the sub. We be brought back together like Krang from TMNT. Hell yeah, dude. Hey, man, if you, like, at some point, you should just find your happy ass coming down here to visit in Virginia. I'm like some sort of weird, fucked up B&B for streamers. We're trying to get the Cobalt Streak to come through here at some point, too. Oh shit, as long as I've got some of Lucid's viewers here to shill to. If you want a chance to be entered into a giveaway from Capital One, if we get up to we're at 50 installs, so somebody who goes to that link and installs Capital One's extension is going to win from this community a $100 gift card and a Nintendo Switch Lite or $200 cash money, homie. If we get to 100 installs between now and Christmas, that jumps up and either becomes a whole bunch of Madrina's coffee and a Steam Deck, or $600. They've got it scaling all the way up to, if we do 200 installs in the next couple of weeks, one member of my community is going to get a bunch of Razer gear, a PlayStation 5, and a Steam Deck, or $1,500 cash. No purchase necessary. All we need is for a bunch of Americans to install that app. That's what I'm saying, Lucid. I don't even have a Steam Deck yet, and I used Dark Hostos for the first time when I was up in Seattle. Fuck, I want one so bad now. One day I'll get to Noita. Oh, Noita is so intense, man. I can't put it down. That's right. You know what? We all have a duty to be the first in our family to send in someone else's DNA to 23andMe to fuck up law enforcement searches. It is bananas to me. Like, they show Control and they show Hades and stuff like that. Now, granted, when I played on Dark Hostos, I was playing Slay the Spire, which plays on a mobile phone. But I was sitting there thinking about Control and Hades and all that kind of stuff. People keep asking me, they're like, Taffy, what do you play when you're not streaming? And I'm like, I don't fucking play video games when I'm not streaming. What are you, high? They're like, well, I mean, like, it can't be that bad, right? And I'm like, it wouldn't be, except I have fucking zero desire to come sit in my office again once I'm mentally done being in my office. You know? It's fine. And the only thing that's really held me back from playing any games that I'm just like, I'm never gonna stream this, I can play this for fun, is genuinely, ow, fuck off, is genuinely just the fact that I don't want to come back up here and sit down. And so, the moment that I got Dark Hostos Steam Deck in my hand, and I just kind of assumed that it would feel unruly, I just sort of assumed that it would feel gimmicky. Man, it feels ergonomic. The game that I ran and the games that I saw ran smoothly. And it just kind of instantly put me in a place where I was like, well, shit, now I kind of want to own this thing. Do you still have any plushies? I bought about 30 plushies in case anybody wanted to buy one at cost from me. But they are not for sale anymore. We sold 206 plushies. And they're going to ship in February. It's nice to have a mega large portable, dude, I play mine when I do laundry on the house at the back porch. I mean, like, you know, I watched, I can't even count how many shitty movies I watched. Flying back and forth from Seattle twice, flying to Amsterdam, flying to San Diego. I can't count the number of shit, flying to Orlando, the number of just ghastly movies that I watched. I would have much rather have spent that time playing Hades. I'd have much rather spent that time, revisiting video games that I said, man, wouldn't it be cool if I ever had a chance to play that again? Oh god, Ralliker, at some point, you ever see the movie Awakenings? In that movie, a whole bunch of coma patients come back to, like, consciousness for, like, a week. But then it becomes apparent to them and their doctors that they're not going to be able to stay awake and that they're eventually going to all slide back into comas. That's kind of how I feel about the fact that Isaac one day is lurking for me around the corner. I feel like I'm awake now. That I'm enjoying streaming for the first time in God knows how long. And that one day Isaac will come back for me. One day Isaac will come for me again, and I'll just be like, oh god, chat, this is really important before I go. And you're like, don't say that. Shh. Don't say that. No, this is important. Now hear me. I'm gonna have to leave you soon. But before enjoys his job, Ryan leaves you to play Isaac again. Before that other guy comes back, I just want you to know what a blessing it's been and how much I've treasured our time together. I just want you to know that I wouldn't have traded these last several months for anything in the world. We hug each other. You pull back. There's a deadness in my eyes, like porcelain doll buttons, like buttons in Coraline, just glazed over. Hey, what do you guys say we get this Eden run started? Man, I hope our stats are good. Like, oh my god, he's gone. Come back! Come back! Oh, bummer, our tiers are not very good. Looks like we've started with Kamikaze. He's gone, someone call time of death. Oh my goodness, guys, did you see that G Fuel is in this now? That's crazy, that's a brand I know. Sometimes I wonder if this is, an endorsement. To me, it feels more like a scathing send-up of this ridiculous fuel drink company. Man, ha ha ha, Edmund got them good, ha ha ha. He's so smart, he's like the Elon Musk of indie games, ha ha ha. I love him, ha ha ha. You know who else is great is Tyrone, ha ha ha. He's gone. Someone put a bullet in him. I can't stand to see Taffy like this. Someone hit him with a car or something. This isn't the man I love. That's true. If you're gonna let somebody put me down, it should probably be Champion, because he's probably gonna want to keep the body and taxidermize my old ass. Feeling apprehensive about going back this way. I think this might be all we get out of this floor. I think I might be ready to skadoodle here. I'll be honest, I'm much better situated to have that conversation with Ed if he is chilling in chat. I wasn't before. I had no fucking clue what was going on. He kept saying things that didn't make sense to me. Like that he hadn't been paid for what he did, and I was like, why would you not take money for an advertisement? I had no fucking, that's part of why it was so awkward. I had no clue that he didn't realize that that read like something G Fuel would have paid $50,000 for. It wasn't until I got on Twitter later and realized that he thought that that was like a scathing indictment. And I was like, dude, the creative brand manager for G Fuel would have given you 5 figures for that. That was where the disconnect was. I didn't know how to have a I didn't know how to have a conversation with him, because I couldn't understand why he would do that for free, and he couldn't understand why I thought it was like a serious thing. And I was like, because it looks like a G Fuel ad. Like, I don't know what message you thought you were sending, but G Fuel is clipping it and putting it in their social media because they think it's awesome. Capital One signed up, dude. Robert, thank you so much. You're entered. I hope you win. I hope you win the Switch and $100 Panda. Do you have Panda Express in the neck of the woods where you live? do it like that. Do it like that. Actually. I do love Black Hole. Doesn't everyone have Panda in a strip mall somewhere? Well, since I have professed my love for Panda Express... Since I have professed my love for Panda Express, you'd be surprised at the number of people who have come forward stating... You'd be surprised at the number of people who have come forward stating that they don't have Panda Express where they live. I've always been kind of, crestfallen by that. Yeah, Sidewinder says the nearest Panda to them is 7.5 hours away. My closest Panda is 3 hours away because Pennsylvania hates good. Somebody did come in here and make an excellent point where they said, hey, why would you go to Panda when if you have any, like, reputable mom and pop Chinese place nearby? And I was like, you know what? That's a fair point. I can't get mad at you if you're ditching on Panda to go to a legit mom and pop Chinese place, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about if you've decided that you want... We're talking about if you've decided... Oh my god, that's a $1,000 nugget. That's the second one we've seen today. If you've decided you want fast food, it's the same as saying you want Taco Bell versus saying you want Mexican. If you want Mexican, you go to a mom and pop joint. If you want Taco Bell, you want fucking Taco Bell. Petrichor. You know what's funny, Robert, is I grew up in a place in just bumfuck rural Idaho. You wanna play this game? I grew up in this rural bullshit part of Idaho, and there was not a Panda Express. What there was a mall Chinese joint called Wayne's Walk. And to give you some idea of how much reverence we had for Wayne's Walk, when I was 12, I convinced my dad with the 2 tickets that he had to take me to the Super Bowl to see the Cowboys and the Bills play in Super Bowl 27. Hold still, god damn. And I didn't get the goal. Nope, fuck that. It's in toxic sludge next to a sea mine. Why is that there? So my dad shows mercy on me and takes me to the Super Bowl, even though we didn't have the money. We didn't really have the money for that, but he took mercy on me and he takes me to the Super Bowl. My mom felt bad that my dad took me to the Super Bowl and wanted to make my sister feel better because my sister was like, "Why don't I get to go?" And she's like, "Well, your brother's a boy and he and your dad have had issues and your brother wanted it bad enough that he was out trying to sell his belongings to get invited. But don't worry, sweetie, just because Ryan gets to go to Pasadena, California while there's 1.5 feet of snow on the ground in Idaho and go see the biggest American sporting event of every year doesn't mean that I don't have anything in store for you, because I'm going to take you to see the Princess Diaries 2, and then I'm going to take you to Wayne's Walk, and that's the same as going to a... That's the same as being taken to the Super Bowl by your father. I'm gonna take you to a Princess Diaries matinee, and then we're gonna head on over to the mall and have Wayne's Walk. And I think at that point we can basically mark it off as even. My sister turned 40 a month ago. She's still pissed about that. Oh, shit. But in our family's esteem, like, obviously there's nothing you're gonna do in Twin Falls, Idaho that's gonna compare to a fucking Super Bowl in Southern California. But the best thing you could do was go to Wayne's Walk in the mall food court and have one of their egg rolls the size of a basketball shoe. I've had so much legitimate Chinese food since then, I don't know if I went back in time and had Wayne's Walk if I would like it. But I also think I would like it. Because like Cyber says, do I want Italian food or do I want food by someone who once read it? Not even that. Like, the difference between like the fast food things that we're talking about and like their legitimate counterpart is like, do I want Italian food? Or do I, like, made by somebody who wrote an Italian cookbook? Or do I want Italian food made, oh, okay. Do I want Italian food made by somebody who once had Italian food fucking described to them? Oh, shit. What secrets have we found today? We found that Taffy is the victim of his own hubris very frequently. Oh, is he ever? Oh, is that Taffy a victim of his own hubris? I was working on a situation where I thought I was going for victory number 2. I don't like where I am right now. I thought I was working on victory number 2. And then Oppenheimer quite literally said to me, Taffy, please, just go to the exit in Hisi. I'm terrified that you're gonna die in here with all this good stuff and this ridiculous wand. And then I said, I'm not gonna die, I'm gonna go right to the exit. All I wanna do is check this last room. And then an explosion claimed me. And I kind of been bitter about it ever since, if I'm being honest. The last run was pretty good, yeah, and then I ran into a ghost of myself. Did you know it's a ghost of yourself carrying the wands that you had from before? Hey chat, are you aware, did you know that it is the ghost of your previous playthrough carrying wands that you've crafted in the past? Were you guys aware that it's the ghost of your previous playthroughs carrying wands you crafted on runs before? Anywho. This tone feels bioreactor. We had a new viewer show up, and I mean, like, I can't get mad at the Noita community for enjoying their game. Game's fun as shit, and there's so much to it. But we had a new viewer, and I was like, hey, do me a huge favor. Don't be the person who shows up here and is just clearly excited to tell me all the shit they know that I don't. And this new person was just like, oh yeah, no, my bad. Took the direction, took it glowingly. Literally seconds later, a different viewer who had a bit badge, so it's somebody who's been here at least for a minute. Like, literally, I had just stopped to take a breath and be like, hey, don't do that. And somebody with a bit badge came in and goes, did you know? And says all the exact same stuff over again. And I was just like, I'm gonna give you a couple hours to think about what you done did. Taffy, did you know the ghost in-game name Kumitas is a semi-rare flying creature that looks quite similar to the player, usually appearing either in the mines or coal pits or snowy depths? Bubble Sparks! Orbiting Arc. I'm alright. Converts any nearby projectiles cast by you into extra damage. Sounds good. Yeah, I maybe, I don't know. I always try to give people credit because I feel like in years past, there have been a number of instances, Aliak, where I've had to like, I've had to eat crow. I've had to like just put my fucking foot in my mouth because I was just giddy at the idea of chewing a viewer out because it would make me feel so, I would feel like such a badass, you know? Oh, look at Taffy playing with his food or whatever you would want to call it, you know? So I've tried to scale that back a lot because there have been times where I was just straight up wrong. You know, there have been times where I've 100% like gone to rip somebody a fucking new one only to realize I'm the asshole and misunderstood what they were saying. And I won't go so far as to say, like, I don't think there's been, well, there might have been a time or two where I've done, like, low-key, irreparable damage to the relationship. I don't think it happens very often, but I don't know. I'm trying to give people the benefit of the doubt. You know, a couple of the people recently that I've chewed out seem kind of young, but some don't. I don't know. You know, trying to assume the best for people for a change.
Of the newest denizen of the cave.
Yo, Bud is Life. Thank you for the gifted tier 1 sub to Magnan. I kind of get it, Robert. Like this much. Because I'll go and I'll watch somebody who's playing Isaac for the first time, and they're streaming, like they're trying to be an Isaac streamer, and I'll see them make just monster mistakes, but they're like a week into the game. I don't say anything, because obviously I've like browbeaten the etiquette into myself. But it does, like, it lives inside the back of your head where you're just like, oh my god. Pick up the thing, pick up the thing. Oh, they left the thing. But if it's like literally too painful for me to stomach, I just leave. You know? Otherwise, you're exactly right. Like, I enjoy watching it for the journey that they're embarking upon without wanting to hear me right back here, you know? I have not seen Spirited yet. If it's any good, I will shell out the $5 for a month of Apple TV to watch it just for the holiday season. Being young isn't much of an excuse. If they're young, they're primed to learn. If they see the consequences of their action, hopefully they'll take it to heart. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. There have already been a couple of times where I've just kind of been like, this is unacceptable, and let me tell you why, and if you don't like that, I guess you can leave, but I haven't had any problem pulling that, pulling that card if I need to. I guess I'm doing it more for myself than I am doing it for them. Does that make sense? I know how quickly I, like, personally can regress into a very negative spot if I find myself, why are you up here? I can put myself in a real negative spot and stay there for an entire stream if I decide that I'm super excited to engage in, like, oh man, I can't wait to have an angry back and forth with this person. And I'm trying to get better about that. Like, even when I have a negative exchange with somebody, I'm trying to do it in such a way that when it's done, I can pivot easily and go back to just having a good stream. So it's more for me, I think, than it is for them, because I just don't. I'm almost certain that I've lost viewers that have almost certainly not come back. I'm almost certain I've lost viewers permanently who had nothing to do with the argument that I was having with XYZ person, because I was, like, so gross for so long while I did it. It was one of those things where it could have just been, you know what, Taffy, you made your point. Even if they decide to leave and never come back, no big loss. Let's just enjoy ourselves and get back to our stream. And I'd be too grumpy or dug in, and I'd just keep going after it and keep picking at it and keep picking at it. And so I think that's ultimately what it boils down to, is I'm not really doing it because I'm trying to spare their feelings. I feel like I'm doing it just because I know that if I go too hard on enjoying the conflict of it, which I do, I don't like conflict, but I like dunking on people when I feel like I have like I have the side of righteousness on me, if I can be self-righteous about it. Oh yeah, for sure. If you're aware of your emotional state and progression, then more power to you. I have a tendency when I'm arguing with people to either want to wear them down to the point where I know not only are they not having a good time, but I can guarantee nobody is. And that's how I'm confident that I've done enough to quote unquote win that argument. So I either do that, or I just say the worst fucking things I can think of to try to upset them. And that's not a version of me I've ever liked either, so I just try, I try to land in a place that's probably detrimentally diplomatic. It would probably behoove me to not always be just that kind or whatever, or try to be kind. Maybe even it would just go faster and end quicker, but I try to be almost, you know, the perpetual Switzerland, as Nate has regaled folks with stories from my business partner days of me being detrimentally diplomatic. I think the only time I've ever been tempted to backseat is watching Taffy play some narrative game and ram his head into a puzzle or something, because he didn't bother to read the on-screen prompts. I would definitely see how that would be like, yep. I think at a certain point, it would just be like, hey man, out of consideration for the pacing of your stream, the game fucking told you how to do that, my guy. You have to stop and just do the goddamn thing the way it says. Fly, my pretties. I might want to take that one with me. Pick a number 1 through 3. 3. I hope what I'm doing is that you have like different combo meals at a restaurant that you're trying to pick for dinner, and you're trying to figure out if you want to do combo meal 1, 2, or 3. Similar? Shit, I didn't see what it was. It's a surprise gift. Do you want me to know what it is, or do you want me to wait? I can know? Okay. Hey, hell yeah, dude. Wood pellets for the Traeger. I literally just went and bought some for the first time, I think, since I... Ooh, that's bad. I just went and bought some, I think, for the first time since I got the Traeger. Yeah, I just went and got some for the first time since I bought the Traeger because I was running low. Alright, chat, my kids have been hanging out in the office a lot during the day lately, so I don't normally have the stream on or muted while he's in here. What exactly is Noita and what is Taffy doing here? Yep, that is exactly it. It is a wizard simulator with a full physics engine. These are our wands, which are essentially our guns. These are the ammunition, and they work almost like computer programming. So if you can figure out a way to use the language of the individual pieces of the game, or the individual spells, to break a wand, you can do some pretty banana ball stuff. Lost Romeo again, thank you so much for the gift. I will be more than happy to report back with whatever the hell it is I make with that. It is quite literally one of the best liquid mechanics I've ever seen, especially in an indie game, bar none. But the fluid mechanics in this game make it worth playing by itself. We should be getting Grayson here sometime soon. Grayson, who came in here the other day and goes, "It's that time again," and walked into my office like he was going down for the Showcase Showdown at The Price is Right. Oh. So anywho. Yeah, the genesis of that whole thought process was that the genesis of that whole thought process was that I had started watching a lot of other streamers stream, Larsfest in particular, and I'd realized that streams in which I enjoyed spending time were not doing what I was doing. I was not watching streamers I enjoyed. None of the streamers I was watching or enjoyed at the time, I mean, with the exception of maybe Cobalt a little bit, but almost none of the streamers I was enjoying watching were like angrily and aggressively dressing people down. So I've been trying to cut that out, almost like smoking. Like I just don't trust myself to do it, or I don't trust myself to like social smoke. Yeah, so Silver nails it. The physics in this are just like, I've learned more about physics from this game than I think I did from the time I dropped out of physics in college. Yeah, punching is fine, punching down not so great. And it really wasn't until after I had seen a couple of guys that I was watching. Music changed. It wasn't until I'd seen a couple of guys punch down and make it into an angry bit that I was just like, oh, this is uncomfortable. Look at that, Robert, man of his word. Our giveaway counter moved for the first time, I think, in a day. I'm pretty sure that's thanks to Robert. Man of his word, that guy. Why are you in there? Wow, what a dick move on that guy's part. Ooh, that recharge time is gnarly. I feel like there's not like I feel like uranium is there's toxic rock that you can't touch. There's some back here There was a like a nuclear bomb that went off. And so somewhere back this direction, it made rock that's glowing green that you can't touch. And I think that's their Chernobyl rock. Looks like this is one of our exits. That said, I'm gonna try to get as much out of this floor as I can. Surprise, surprise. Man who never learns doesn't learn. News at 11. Hello, Grayson. On fire. One second. Just die, wouldn't you?
Dead to me.
That is all she wrote for little sticks of dynamite. Oh, hey, tall boy. Oh. Damn. Haha, get fucked, idiot. My turn. Where'd you go, bud? Coward. Yeah, I was pretty bummed out looking at all these kids. And every time they got a year older than Grayson is now, or every time they got a year older from when Grayson was now, they just all seemed to grow like a foot. It just made me realize that in the not-so-distant future, Amber is going to be by far the shortest person in the house. Oh, that guy just trucked that. He just ate it like a champ. Oh my god, are we in the fungal caverns? You guys should all fight each other. Excuse? Are you making them up there? What's going on? Oh, there is something making them up there. My last two high schoolers are graduating this year. No more kids in school after this year. It was just my first hint of what empty nest will feel like. And it was a lot to emotionally process. It was a lot to process. I say obviously, I'd like to believe it's obvious that I'm still a pretty long ways away from it. Amber and I are still a pretty long ways away. Excuse me? Amber and I are still a pretty long ways away from being on our own. But it did feel like we were getting our first taste of it for sure. So far, my kids tell me they want to live near us as adults. Praying that holds up. Got a ways to go here. I'm in the same boat. Oh. Grayson says that he has no problem with the idea of living near us. Rory says he wants to live near me and have a dog, so that his dad can have a dog finally. Wouldn't that be something? A member of this family who's not allergic to my joy. Yeah, Rory says that he wants to buy a house on the same block as us. I would like that a lot. It's not what I meant to do at all. I live a 20-minute walk from my mom's house. It's nice being able to drop in on her. I would kill to live near my mom. Like, I understand that it's my choice and I could just as well move back to Idaho, but I am fucking not going to. But if I could move her ass down to if I could move her ass down to Virginia, I'd see her every single day. Oh, it's finally getting to an empty nest next year at 70. Goodness gracious. Like, raising grandkids? Pregnant at 50? Raising grandkids. Yeah, that's what I thought. My mom technically doesn't have an empty nest right now because she is 100% 100% sees my niece and nephew almost every single day for that exact same reason. I want that spell. Excuse me. Excuse me. That guy sucks. I don't know which one to be more afraid of, the frog or the guy with the gun. Ow, fucker. I can't hit this man. Brick. No, no, no. No. No, just no. Just fucking no, really. Yeah, run. Dummy. Is that bad that they're covering me in that, I wonder? Oh my god. Oh, I see. You went and got your family. Oh, I fucking hate this. Oh no. Chad, I can't get up. There we go. Ooh. Shit, I want that spell. Oh no. That gold's dead to us. One sec. It's horseshit. What kind of metal is this shit made out of? I told you I'd shoot! I need to leave this floor. But how can I be expected to leave this floor when it still holds so many wonders? Ugh. We'll go around. We do have freezing firebolt, which is pretty doggone cool. I'm glad that I've not been too hesitant to use this. Oh my. I just want the spell. Oh no!
Where did it come? Where did it even come from?
Look at him. Look at him down here hiding in his little natural camouflaged area. None of us saw it. What a devious little hiding spot. I My favorite part of Noita is Taffy's reactions. Oh.